Vamos para allá.
Hey.
No, vámonos.
Mejor no.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. So wonderful. Highest namaskars to the Paramatma, the absolute one within each one of you. Please accept my namaskar. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
All right, so let's have one person sing the three mantra, please. Gonzalo Carro. Hey.
I'm driving, Sudha.
Oh, you
No,
drive.
es otro Gonzalo Carro.
Oh,
perdón.
It was another Gonzalo Shuddha that thought that.
Or I could see. All right, Gonzalo.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Jai Sachidanand Cristian. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand Shuddha.
Shuddha Bhagwan. Yes. All right. So let us, Gonzalo.
¿Cantar? ¿Canto yo?
Ah,
Sí.
Ok. Namo Vitaragai, Namo Ariham Tanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loyetsavasaunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapavapanasano, Mangalanam cha savesim, Padamam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitaragai, Namo Ariham Tanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loyetsavasaunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapavapanasano, Mangalanam cha savesim, Padamam havai mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitaragai, Namo Ariham Tanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loyetsavasaunam, sopanchanamukaro Savapavapanasano Mangalanam cha savesim Padamam havai mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya Ye Sachitanam Ye Sachitanam Ye Sachitanam.
Wonderful. Jai Sachidanand. Jai
Qué lindo,
Sachidanand.
Gonzalo. Gracias,
Yeah.
Jesus. Jesus.
Jai
Gracias,
Sachidanand.
Gonza, hermoso.
Yes, it was beautiful. It is beautiful, and it will always be beautiful because it comes from the core of our being. It comes from
Porque
a
viene
very
del
special
centro de
place.
nuestro ser, de su lugar especial.
Mhm. This, it is the accomplishment of the purest intents of a previous life
Es el
that
resultado del intento más puro de una vida anterior.
Are now coming out through through the space which is identified as this pure one. You see, the pure one that I am. Ish, eu soy ama pura.
Que emerge del espacio que ahora es identificado como aquel puro, como yo soy alma pura.
That is why it is called the three mantra of the Gnani Purush. You see.
Por eso se llama el trimantra del Gnani Purush.
Yeah, the three mantra of. There is nothing more powerful in the sounds that come out in this world than the three mantra of the Gnani Purush that is offered by a Gnani of the Gnani Purush.
No hay nada más poderoso, no hay un sonido más poderoso en esta tierra que el trimantra del Gnani Purush expresado por un Gnani.
Yeah, Gnani, the awakened one. Yes.
Aquel que está despierto.
Yeah, it's awakened. It is awakened one. Has no title. Everything else in this world has titles, labels.
Aquel que está despierto no tiene título, todo el resto en este mundo tiene títulos, tiene etiquetas.
Yeah, but what title will an awakened one has? Because all titles are in the relative realm only, are they not? The title. This is not a title. Even the awakening process, the opening up of the eyes lets you see something totally different. And what will you say about that? There is nothing to be said.
Aquel que está despierto no tiene títulos porque los títulos están en el plano del relativo. Aquel que no tiene títulos es como abrir los ojos, que es lo que podría decir cuando uno recién abre los ojos, despierta, emerge y abre los ojos. No hay mucho que decir ahí.
If somebody asks Gonzalo, are you enlightened? Are you enlightened? Then you can gently say yes, and then he asks, what do you mean? How? Then the answer is, I am beginning to see where Gonzalo is wrong in this world.
Si yo le preguntara a alguien, a Gonzalo, ¿estás iluminado? Tendría que decir sí, y tendría que decir de qué manera, porque yo estoy empezando a ver cómo Gonzalo está errado en este mundo.
I I now accept the faults of Gonzalo and where his faults lie. You see, I accept them.
Yo ahora acepto la falsedad de Gonzalo y la falsedad de su vida, yo ahora lo acepto.
Then they will ask, what kind of faults? I don't see them. You're very nice. He says, no. This is the external. I see much more inside. I know where his faults are. I know them.
Yo veo qué tipo de falsedad y qué tipo de faltas, y él diría, no, porque tú eres una buena persona, te ves tan gentil, y él gentilmente diría, es que yo veo mucho más allá, yo veo las faltas mucho más allá.
Yeah. So the person will say, wow, can you give me an example of the fault that you see in the other person? And then the Gonzalo will say, where shall I begin? Where do I begin to give you the list of these faults,
Entonces, tú me puedes decir, le puedes preguntar, y tú, Gonzalo, me podrías decir cuáles son las faltas que tú ves en alguna persona, en otra persona, y él podría decir, no te puedo empezar a hacer la lista de las faltas que yo veo.
Yeah, but if you really want to know, my friend, it is simply that by becoming Gonzalo, I become selfish, I become hurtful, I see faults of others, and seeing the fault of anyone else is my biggest fault.
Y la primera sería que al transformarme en Gonzalo, yo veo algo distinto, veo las faltas de todo, veo mis propias faltas, veo las faltas en todo el mundo. Esa es la principal falta, transformarme en Gonzalo.
So then he'll say, but he'll say, Gonzalo, if the other person is at fault, then you have to see him at fault, is it not? I mean, the fault is a fault. If the other person is clearly hurting other people or clearly at fault, how can you say he's not at fault? You see?
Pero entonces la otra persona te diría, Gonzalo, pero si la otra persona está en falta, está objetivamente en falta. Si la otra persona daña a alguien o está haciendo algo malo, objetivamente falta. ¿Cómo podría no estar en falta?
Then the answer is, Gonzalo will say, but my friend, that is what is called no light. You see, that is called ignorance, and I have been awakened. This is not my own awakening. I have been awakened with the grace of the awakened, the fully awakened one. You see, so I am just beginning to see something different. I'm beginning to see something that is totally beautiful and different than what you can see, you see, right now.
Y él diría, I will try to do all of that, Shuddha. Y él diría, he sido despertado. Lo que tú no ves es que yo he sido despertado, he sido puesto en un lugar donde he sido despertado y estoy comenzando a despertar de todo aquello que es hermoso y aquí con esto una nueva perspectiva.
Yeah, in simple words, my friend, what I want to tell you, Gonzalo will tell his friend, is that as long as I continue to see any fault of anyone else, I will not become free.
Lo que te estoy tratando de decir en palabras simples, mi querido amigo, es que mientras yo vea la falta de otra persona, no voy a ser nunca libre.
And so I am focusing on this. I think that which makes me see the fault of someone else is my faulty vision. That is my faulty vision.
Y lo que quiero decir es que lo que me hace ver la falta en otra persona es mi propia falta de visión o mi visión errada, mi visión errónea.
Besides, in my awakening, this light, that I also now know why things happen and how they happen in this world. I'm beginning to see something more deeper and subtle, you see.
Y ahora yo veo en este mundo, en mi visión, cómo las cosas suceden y desde dónde suceden. Estoy teniendo una visión y viendo las cosas desde un punto de vista más sutil.
So today this is on a Saturday, we are going the flawless vision part of our satsang.
Y ahora, el día sábado, como una parte de nuestro satsang, vamos a ver la visión perfecta o la visión sin faltas.
And in this flawless vision part, we have been studying the words of Dada that have been put together in a magazine called Dada Vani, means the speech of Dada, right?
Y en esta vamos a ver las palabras de Dada que han sido puestas en una revista que se llama Dadavani, que significa el discurso de Dada.
Yeah, and in this we have this Dadavani of July 2010, you see.
Y vamos a ver el Dadavani de julio del 2010.
That is very beautifully put together by our current Gnani, preoccupied, you know, and it is special because it is a kind of a comprehensive, it's a little summary. It is like putting together an entire book, which we call the Flawless Vision, you see.
Y esto ha sido hecho por nuestro Gnani Purush Dadashri y es como un pequeño resumen de haber puesto el libro ahí, la visión perfecta o la visión sin faltas. Es un pequeño resumen.
So we will begin that. We will, we are in the middle, somewhere in the, we will begin today. We have already been doing this in the past few Saturdays, and let us continue with that. Shall we do that?
Vamos a continuar, lo hemos estado haciendo algunos sábados anteriores. Do you know where we are, or someone knows?
Yes.
Maybe page 12.
Yeah.
Marce, tenés que dejar de compartir arriba, viste que estás...
Okay.
Porque si no, no puede compartir Shuddha.
Yes, please. Yes, I think I am not allowed to lose. Because I'm.
1 minute, Shuddha.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, all right. So let me share this. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cecilia, my dear. And let us see where it went, because this is important. Let me just share this and stop share. And,
maybe.
Yes.
Page 12.
Yeah, right. It's just I'm trying to get it because I'm trying. Let me just share the screen, and I'm trying to get where it is on my screen. Yes, it is here. I saw it. Thank you. Page. So we are on page 15. Page 12 we have done, right? We have finished.
Hicimos la página 12.
Yeah. You see this page 12. Okay, maybe you're right. Is this the one that you were talking about? We have done.
Esto es lo que estábamos hablando. Dice que lo hicimos esto.
Yeah, Patricia.
Yes, we work on page 12 the last time. Yes.
Oh, we did. Did we finish page 12 completely?
I think not, because I don't read.
Yeah, right. I think we were
down. Yes.
Yeah, I think we were somewhere in the middle here. All right. Okay.
Yes, surrounding. Yes.
Okay, here. It was here. Questionnaire. All right. questioner is asking, can you see that, Cristian? This
Yes,
one?
yes, it's very clear.
Okay. If we, and continuing, it is, a questioner is asking, Dada, if we try to appease the other person, will it not create rag or attachment in us?
Si tratamos de apaciguar a la otra persona, ¿no creará esto apego, rag en nosotros?
And then Dadashri says, you do not have to appease them like that. How do you appease a policeman? Does that cause you to have any rag towards the policeman? You see?
Dadashi dice, no necesitas apaciguarlo de este modo. ¿Cómo calmas a un policía? ¿Hace eso que tengas rag? ¿Hace el policía?
Right. And a questioner says, replies no. So then Dadashri says, and there is no need to appease everyone in this world, you see. I mean, to please everyone in this world. When someone obstructs your path of liberation, then one way or the other, appease him and get your work done. It does not take much for anyone else in this world to obstruct your way. Do not complain or make waves if someone's actions or activity hurt you, but instead it is worth settling the situation somehow and moving on.
Y el buscador le contesta no, y Dadashi le dice, y tampoco hay ninguna necesidad de tranquilizar a todo el mundo. Cuando alguien obstruye tu camino, y Shuddha dijo, hacia la liberación, de una u otra manera, apacígualo y haz tu tarea. No les toma mucho trabajo obstaculizar tu camino. No te quejes ni hagas alaraca si las acciones de alguien te lastiman. En lugar de ello, vale la pena resolver de alguna manera la situación y seguir adelante.
Now completing the discussion on this part here, it says when someone obstructs your path, you see, then one way or the other, somehow or the other, get your work done. Now, this is a very important sentence because, you have to recognize that this is not a path that the intellect shows you, your intellect shows you. This is a path that
Aquí, cuando alguien dice que alguien obstruye tu camino de una manera o de otra, y haz tu tarea y sigue, dice Shuddha que no, que esto es muy importante.
Yeah, it's not a relative path.
No es un camino relativo.
Yeah, it is not a path in which you want to do something in the relative. But it is, you say you want to do something in the relative in this world, you see.
No es algo que tenga que ver con el relativo, con que tú quieres hacer algo el relativo en este camino, con el relativo en este mundo.
Yeah, Dada is not talking about somebody obstructing your relative path. What Dada is speaking about is somebody who is obstructing your path to your blissful self, you see, that which begins to create obstructions in such a way that the entire inner peace goes away, you see, and starts creating a lot of disturbances within you see.
Dada que se refiere no a lo relativo, sino que se refiere cuando alguien obstruye tu camino hacia el ser dichoso y obstruye de una manera que tu paz y tu ser interno se empieza a disturbar, a tener un disturbio y a entorpecer. A eso se refiere.
Yeah, it's yes, it is all relative interaction, but the relative interaction, you could see that, on other days, everything was working very smoothly, and all of a sudden, some person is now, some situation has arisen which is creating an obstruction in such a way that now it is creating, you're losing your natural bliss, you see. It's not, you're losing your natural bliss and inside, and this is because there is disturbance in the outside that is continuing. It continues to create disturbance outside, and therefore your attention now is on the disturbance, you see.
Y todas las interacciones van siendo relativas, pero esto significa que cuando hay algo que está ocurriendo en lo relativo que realmente está entorpeciendo tu capacidad de poder estar en el lugar dichoso del ser, realmente está molestando e interponiéndose en ese lugar, a eso se refiere Dada en esta frase.
Yeah, it is like you're going on a certain road and this other, it's not even a policeman, but this person says, you know, you're proceeding this way, and this person says, there is no way I'm going to allow you to do this. You can't do this, and I'm not going to allow you to do this. And you know, now you know there is an obstruction. So, you know, Dadashri says here, you know, try to make him understand, you know, you have to, this is how you have to do it. And if he doesn't understand, then try to make peace with him, you see, because people in the world will, you know, they don't think like Mahatmas think, you see.
Y esto es como que tú fueras, por ejemplo, en un camino y en el camino hay alguien que se pone un bloqueo y te dice, tú de ninguna manera vas a seguir de aquí hacia adelante. Y tú en ese minuto le tratas de más o menos explicar y no te lo permite, realmente no te permite seguir en el camino. Y tú no lo tratas de enfrentar, sino que tratas de aceptar la situación, porque la otra gente no va a entender, porque la gente en general no piensa como Mahatmas.
Yeah, not only that, you know, this person is, you know, you don't, this is, this, do not complain. You know, now someone is obstruction, somebody is coming your way. You know, the old habit, the old nature is to go and complain about him to someone else, you see.
Y en realidad dice que no tienes que quejarte y que la naturaleza intrínseca o nuestra vieja naturaleza, nuestro viejo hábito es ir hacia alguien a quejarse de él. Eso es lo que hacemos.
Yeah, you see, you know, because you feel this person is, you know, you feel this person is telling you, is not understanding, and so you say, okay, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your supervisor. Where is your supervisor? Where is, you know, you want, and you are only, by doing that, you're only hurting the ego of the other person. The other person.
Lo que pasa aquí es que tú estás con una persona, por ejemplo, y que no te entiende y tú dices, yo no quiero hablar contigo, yo quiero hablarle a tu supervisor. No quiero seguir hablando contigo, quiero hablarle a tu supervisor. Y al hacer eso, tú le estás dañando el ego a la otra persona, a la persona que está frente a ti.
Yeah, you know, and this happens, you know, this happens more and more in this digital world with people that you do not see. It happens on the phone. You're trying to get something accomplished. There's a person who is in charge of answering you, and you know, and but if you're not careful, you'll say, well, you don't understand, let me talk to your boss, may I talk to your supervisor, I'm going to complain about you, you see.
Y esto sucede en el mundo bastante común. Por ejemplo, puede ocurrir a través muchas veces del teléfono, en que simplemente tú digas, no me estás entendiendo, déjame hablar con tu supervisor, no quiero hablar con tu jefe, no voy a hablar con él.
Yeah, and then not only that, even if later on somebody else helps you, you should not make waves. You know, you don't make waves by giving a negative report on that person. You see, saying, I'm going to complain about you, and you know, you write something negative about that person, you see.
Y aún después ahí cuando dice que no te quejes ni hagas laracas, significa que no vayas a la persona ni hagas un reporte después de que la persona te dijo algo para ofenderla.
Yeah, because you know, and it is therefore, that is where, because if you try to complain about it, first of all, you'll have to, you know, enter into a procedure, you know, you're going to be stuck there. You'll have to wait And instead, it is worth settling the situation somehow and move on, moving on, get going in that, you see.
Entonces dice que si el tema de que si no te quejes ya jalará que es las acciones de alguien te las mina, en lugar de ello vale la pena resolver de alguna manera la situación y seguir adelante, seguir adelante.
Yeah, the intellect will say, I need to take care of such kind of people so that he does not bother other people, etc. You see.
Y el intelecto dice, yo tengo que hacerme cargo de ese tipo de personas para que ese tipo de personas no siga molestando a nadie más.
Yeah, you see, there are enough people in this world to improve other people. Now we, the awakened ones, our time is too precious to try to improve.
Graciela, estás con el micrófono abierto.
Our time, thank you. Our time is too precious in this world to try to even begin to improve someone else. Instead, this science teaches us, Dadas teaches us, adjust. The river as it's flowing, it comes across a rock. It doesn't say, okay, I'm going to put you down. The river doesn't say, I'm going to put you down. You rock, why are you in my way? I'm going to put you down. Yes,
dice que hay suficiente gente en este mundo para mejorar a otra gente, que los Mahatmas, y que puede invertir tiempo en eso. Dice que los Mahatmas estamos para otra cosa, y que Dadashri nos ha enseñado que, por ejemplo, cuando fluye el río, si el río se topla contra una roca, el río no pasa y agarra la roca y la toma y dice, te voy a aplacar, voy a pasar por arriba tuyo, el río, el agua no hace eso.
Yeah, the river is just kind of just flow around. Yes, it just flow around,
El río solo fluye alrededor.
Yeah, now, some force, that large force of extra water comes behind the river, then, the river will say, listen, I didn't do it. I just wanted to flow around. But then there was much more came in from behind. That is different, you see.
Dice que si por un ejemplo una gran fuerza de agua viniera encima y pasara por arriba de todo, el río diría, yo la verdad que estaba solamente fluyendo, después vino todo esto encima y eso ocurrió, pero simplemente ocurrió, no era mi intención.
Yeah, a real river that flows naturally is very silent, you see, it just flows.
El río que fluye naturalmente es muy silencioso, solo fluye.
Yeah, this is the path. Ours is the path of liberation, and on the path of liberation, if anyone comes as a rock in front of us, you see, anyone comes with a red signal, and makes all kinds of noises, the first instinct is for the ego to take over. The ego inside says, what does he mean? Who does he think she is? You see? And now we need to look within and say, let us be like the river. Just let's, move around, just get going, because otherwise you will miss your flight. If it happens at the airport, you can't just, keep on getting stuck with the person. You got a flight to take, and ours is the flight of moksha, you see. Ours is the path of moksha.
Si viene una persona y se pone frente de nosotros y nos dice de forma violenta, no, esto es así, esto es así, nosotros simplemente estamos fluyendo de manera silenciosa. Y si nosotros nos paramos a enfrentar a eso, tú no sabes con quién estás hablando, porque la primera reacción del ego es ir y decir, tú no sabes con quién están hablando, quién se cree esta persona, qué está haciendo. Y finalmente, si tú te quedas atrapado, vas a perder simplemente tu vuelo. Por ejemplo, si esto ocurriese en el aeropuerto, podría ser que perdieras de alguna manera también tu vuelo a moksha con este tipo de cosas.
Good, and this.
Shuddha, Marcela has a question about this.
Yes, Marcela.
And it says, what happens if it's the family, the one who oppose, the one who's putting this in between your path? Marcela está preguntando qué pasa si es la familia la que se opone, por decirlo de alguna manera, si fuera la roca que está ahí.
Yeah. Marcela, family is now seen as a file. Where are you, Marcela?
There she is. Si puedes levantar la mano, Marcela, para que te vea, Shuddha.
Oh yeah, there she is. You see, yeah, it's family is by relative viewpoint. You see, this one that is talking everyone, even the closest member. Usually that is the close people in the family that obstructs. Now is not the world from outside that will come to obstruct, you see. So anyone that comes in your natural flow, on your natural flow, you're flowing alone, you're coming alone. Anyone that arises, you see, is considered a file, whether it is not the old way of looking at it.
Dice que Dada habla de todas las personas, que la familia es algo que ocurre en el relativo y que finalmente suele ocurrir que en estos casos quien más se nos opone en el mundo relativo es la familia y que nosotros vamos fluyendo y probablemente quien se pare delante va a ser así, pero Dadashi habla de todos como habla de todos como todo un relativo, simplemente son archivos.
Wherever anything in the my and underneath the bracket my family, my daughter, my husband, my son, etc. Now that all of those things are files now, because you know,
todo lo que está en el reino del mí, entre comillas, son parte del relativo hoy.
Yeah, anything, anyone, anything, whether it is living or non-living, if it takes you away from who you are, now you are no longer Marcela, you are now the awakened one of the Gnani. You're the one who says Swayama Pura. Anything that takes you away from that is a file, you see, is a file. You see?
Cualquier cosa que te saque hoy, sea viva, tenga vida o no tenga vida, que te saque de lo que tú eres, que te saque del reino del ser, es un archivo.
Yeah, so the other person, like you say, the other person is not obstructing. The other person is not obstructing. There is some, what is obstructing is your old belief which says mine. This is mine. Yes.
La otra persona no te está obstruyendo, lo que te está obstruyendo es la vieja creencia de que esto es mío. Eso es lo que te está obstruyendo.
Yeah, yes, you know, you did not expect your son or your daughter to obstruct you, but you know, they will say, oh, you know, mom, yeah, no, you, mom, don't do this, you know. So
tú no esperaste que tu hijo o tu hija fuera quien te obstruyera, pero él te dice, no, aquí, acá, y él es el que está ocurriendo.
So then you'll say, oh, no, oh, I am so mature, I've seen so much, I've seen so many colors of life. I've seen so many colors of life, and now she's saying this to me. She cannot see it. I can see it. No, both of you cannot see it. The only seeing is to step away from Marcela. That is when the seeing begins, you see.
Tú puedes decir entonces que ella no está viendo, mi hijo, mi hija no está viendo, no está mirando los colores de la vida, y yo soy capaz ahora de ver tantos colores de la vida, y él no lo está viendo, y la verdad es que ni tú ni él los está viendo, simplemente tienes que dar un paso al lado y tener la mirada desde lo real, desde el ser a eso.
Because if you're not careful, Marcela, you will start protecting Marcela. You will say, you know, what do you mean? I'm your mother, or I know, you know, you will try to explain to her gently, she will not listen, then you get angry, she will not listen, and both of you will then, you know, because you love each other, you know, both, but you know, there is some, that is not what the obstruction still remains, the disturbance still remains, you see.
Y tú tienes que tener cuidado porque puede ser que Marcela comenzara a proteger a Marcela y entonces decir, no, yo soy tu mamá, o no, yo sé en realidad lo que está pasando.
Yeah.
Y entonces Marcela va a intentar proteger a Marcela y va a generar este movimiento, esta obstrucción, este desagrado, este ruido interno.
Yeah. So this thing is beautifully given as an agna. You see, when he says, this is very beautifully given as a simple instruction, an agna, just a simple agna by Dada, where Dada says, somehow or the other, whatever it takes, try to move on. There is something, one little sentence that is missing here, but
Y
instead,
esto fue entregado muy hermosamente como un agna, y hay una pequeña frase que falta acá.
you see, somehow or the other, make that person understand. You see, yes, make him understand, and somehow or the other, but it, and then move on. So settle. This
Y
is
esta frase es que de una manera o de la otra, que es la frase que falta, sigue adelante, muévete hacia adelante. Y esto es el Agna 4.
Yeah, thank you. This is Agna 4 here, and that is a very subtle way of understanding Agna 4. Dada is trying to bring us all in Agna 4, you see, and to get the work done. And what is it is not a relative work. It is not something that Marcela wants.
Y esta es una manera muy sutil que nos entregó Dada de comprender el Agna 4, y no es una tarea esta del relativo, no es que lo tenga que comprender Marcela.
It's not something that Marcela wants, because what Marcela wants is never going to be in harmony with what the family wants. You see, sometimes it's in harmony and sometimes it's not. And now more, this is Marcela and this is family. Now, the only way is to rise above these two as the self and see, help Marcela move around the obstruction, move around the obstruction.
Y esto no es algo que Marcela quiera, porque Marcela a veces va a hacer cosas que la familia quiere y a veces va a hacer cosas que la familia no quiere. Lo que tiene que hacer Marcela es elevarse al mundo del ser, y al elevarse al mundo del ser, rodear el obstáculo, fluir a través del obstáculo.
You see, when you rise above these two, rise above Marcela and the family member, when you rise above, you automatically come into this blissful self of the self, you see, space of the self. So Amapura, you see, automatically you come there, you see.
Y cuando tú te elevas hacia arriba de ti y de la situación y de las otras personas, tú vas al reino del ser y automáticamente llegas al lugar de yo soy alma pura, al lugar dichoso de yo soy alma pura.
And then all of a sudden you see the littleness, the lack of any value of these silly fights between the Marcela and the family, or the close files. You see, you see the stupidity of it. You see.
Y entonces tú ves la pequeñez que hay ahí. Una vez que te elevas desde ese lugar, ves la pequeñez o la tontera de lo que está ocurriendo, de este conflicto, ¿no es cierto?, que está ocurriendo desde este lugar dichoso. Ves la estupidez de lo que está ocurriendo ahí.
Yeah, because you see, the nature of this pushing and shoving is, the moment this Marcela, say this is Marcela and this is the family, the moment you energize Marcela by saying, why is she doing this to me? Now this one gets more And so this one, see, if you see the two person about to fight, they go back and forth a little bit. You see, what do you mean? What do you mean? You see, now once they come close, then you see, then this is called the pushing and the shoving. Now this thing just creates so many vibrations. You see, there's so many.
Si tú entras en ese tira y afloja de un lado para otro, de qué dijiste, de esto, lo otro, de aquí y acá, ese tira y afloja cuando tú lo ves, genera un nivel impresionante de vibraciones alrededor.
Yeah, this is called the second signature. This is called second signature.
Esto se llama la segunda firma.
The first signature happened in the last life, you see.
La primera ocurrió en la vida anterior.
Through intentions, and now these things are coming and happening in our relative life, you see. In this charge, it's happening not only to Marcela, it happens to Shuddha, it happens to Laura and Gonzalo and everyone. You're fine, all of a sudden things start happening, people.
La primera firma ocurre en la vida anterior, ¿no es cierto? En la intención, la semilla, y después esto empieza a ocurrir acá en esta vida, que empiezan a emerger las cosas y le ocurre a Marcela, le ocurre a Shuddha, nos ocurre a todos.
Yeah, it is recognized. The word family has been replaced by Run Anubandh. Forget about the word Gujarati word, or file, simply file. This family is not family, it's an unfinished account from past life.
Y recuérdense que en este lugar, desde nuestra perspectiva, la palabra familia ha sido reemplazada por archivos que están pendientes de una vida anterior.
Yeah, this, you say, my daughter, I love her, my son, I love him. Then recognize this is called a file of attachment. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything with files of attachment, but
es mi hija y es un archivo de apego. No hay que hacer nada, simplemente estar ahí, observarlo.
Yeah, these that you have considered mine and file of attachment and family, they are not the problem. They will, give their necessary amount of pleasure to you and move on, but they be aware that it is not only pleasure, there is pain also in there, you see.
Estos archivos que están en el reino del mí o del mío simplemente te van a dar te van a entregar un nivel de placer o te van a entregar cosas placenteras en esta vida, y también te van a entregar un nivel de dolor y te van a entregar también cosas dolorosas en esta vida.
The magnificent thing, the most beautiful thing that has happened to all of us is that we have, with all the entire spectrum of dvesh or abhorrence. You say abhorrence. The entire spectrum of dvesh or abhorrence has been removed from us.
Lo más maravilloso que nos ha ocurrido a nosotros es que el espectro completo de dvesh o aborrecencia o aversión ha sido removido desde nosotros.
Yeah, it has been removed in the Gnani. Dada has made us completely free from abhorrence, and abhorrence is a very big thing. You see, abhorrence begins here as dislike, and it goes up here to absolute hate, to the point where you want, is absolute revenge or murder, or so this entire thing has been removed from all of us in the Gnani, you see.
Y esto se ha removido a nosotros en el Gnani, y este espectro completo va desde la aversión hasta el odio total o el odio absoluto.
Yeah.
Y esto ha sido totalmente removido de nosotros en la ceremonia del Gnani, perdón.
Yeah, right. In other words, I'm writing this. Dada has made us vita means without, with the dvesh. You see, with the dvesh.
Y en eso, en otras palabras, Dada nos ha removido esto y nos ha hecho Vita, que es sin aversión.
Yeah, and that happens in the Gnanvidhi. Now what is left is her attachment portion, you see, that we call my family, my children, my love, my husband, etc. All of that, you see, now this part of the attachment.
Y eso ha ocurrido totalmente en la ceremonia del Gnanvidhi, y lo que va quedando es la parte del apego, la parte del mí, mi familia, mis hijos, mis cosas.
Yeah, that will, now we have become with raga, without attachment, through 5 agnas, you see, through 5 agnas, that's all.
Y ahora estamos sin vitarak, sin apego, desde los 5 agnas.
Yeah, so he keeps it simple. He just says, Marcela, this is not your family, my dear. This is not your family.
Y ahora lo podemos mantener simple, Marcela, esta en realidad no es tu familia querida.
Yeah, you don't say this to anyone.
Y no le digan esto a nadie.
You don't say anyone, you don't even say you're my file. This is an internal awareness word. File, you don't say openly you're my file, you know.
Ni siquiera le dices a alguien, tú, mira, tú eres mi archivo. Tú no dices abiertamente esto, tú eres mi archivo a la gente.
Yeah, this comes naturally. Soama pura. And files are upset. File 1 is upset with file 3, and file 3 is doing this. But the moment you come here, it doesn't have any energy. These two become without any. No matter how strong or big the rock may be, or the obstruction may be, if you do not energize, if you do not give energy to Marcela, you know, it becomes a soft ball. It doesn't become a stone. It becomes a soft ball, you see.
Y esto simplemente ocurre que si tú no energizas eso, entonces si tú no le das energía a Marcela, esto no se transforma en una roca, se transforma en una suave pelotita y simplemente es así, deja de ser una roca.
This our Gnani Purush has seen.
Esto es lo que ha visto nuestro Gnani Purush.
As his net experience, not of millions of lifetimes, you see. And
desde su experiencia de miles de vidas.
Yeah, and he gave it in the simple form of an agna, is the agna 4, you see.
Y lo dio en la forma simple de un agna, el agna 4.
Yeah, and he says this is a file, you know. Yeah, if they say, Mom, I love you, you know, Mom, I miss you. You say, Mom, where are you? Mom, I can't see you. You know, don't be carried away by those words. You know, be aware of them, you see.
Y simplemente tú puedes decir, mamá, te extraño, mamá, te quiero, mamá, ¿dónde estás? No te dejes llevar por esas palabras, simplemente está consciente de ello, estás despierto frente a ello.
Yeah. And then the natural drama will arise from inside. Marcela will say, I love you too, my son, or I love you too, my daughter. But inside there is this awareness. So, also Amapura, and that other person is pure. His other person too is faultless, you see, is flawless.
Y el drama va a aparecer de forma natural y tú le vas a decir, sí, tú también te quiero, hija mía, y va a ocurrir todo eso, pero desde el interno tú vas a estar viendo eso, vas a ser tu alma pura y vas a ver a la otra persona como alma pura y sin faltas, perfecta.
Yeah, all right. Shuddha Marcela, you want to say anything else? Huh?
¿Quieres decir algo más, Marcela?
Okay, all right. Okay, so let us take a break. Thank you, Cristian, and then we will come back.
Vamos a tener un pequeño recreo ahora.
Yeah, right. We'll come back in 10 minutes.
Nos vemos en 10 minutos.
Jai Sachitana. Yeah, Jai Sachitana.
Jai Sachitana.
Jai Sachitana.
Jai Sachitana.
Gonza, te salió hermoso tu trimantra.
Oh, yo opino lo mismo. Lo disfruté. Se me pararon los pelos, Gonza. Lo viví. Muy lindo lo encontré. No sé si está ahí
Gonza,
escuchando.
estamos hablando de vos, Gonza. Ahí está.
Estamos pelándote, Gonzalo.
Te estamos pelando, sí.
Muy bueno, Gonzalo, muy bueno.
Además, Gonza, fue tu más es como tu
Perdón, no entiendo. No entiendo qué cosa.
inspiración. Fue muy motivadora. Tu energía increíble.
Ah, ok. Hoy sí, de hecho, yo igual me emocioné, se me cayeron lágrimas, la verdad, cantando. No sé.
Muy lindo, compadre. Muchas gracias.
Oye, Gonzalo,
Gracias.
¿recibiste el chat hoy día en la mañana, Gonzalo?
No se te escucha bien, Gavita.
Sí, no te caché.
¿No? A ver.
Te corta el audio, no sé por qué.
Como entrecortado.
¿Y ahí se escucha mejor o no?
Perfecto.
Sí.
Ya. Hoy día tenemos un encuentro Mahatma Chile.
Ah,
Así
sí,
que-
sí.
Así
Sí, lo
que
vi. ¿A qué
a
hora
las
es?
8, a las 8.
Ya, ahí nos vemos.
Así que ahí nos vimos.
Buena onda, que la pasen lindo.
Sí, pásenlo
Sí,
bien. Muy bonito
realmente
tu
lo conecté.
trimantra, Gonzalo. Precioso.
Gracias.
Ya.
Tuve que tomarme un tren.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
Sudha.
wonderful. Wonderful. All right, so shall we proceed? Hmm?
Okay.
We will go further in this reading of the
Vamos a ir
Dada.
un poco más allá en esta lectura.
Hmm.
Do you want me to continue, Cristian, Shuddha?
Okay.
All right, let us go. Let me share the screen. Hmm? Okay. So the precise nature of justice is the heading.
La exacta justicia de la naturaleza.
The reason I'm just halting is because I see in Gujarati there is a little different heading, but it really doesn't matter. This is fine. This heading is fine. The precise nature of justice. And for those, I'm sure all of you are noticing this tiny little 1, and then 2, you see, and 3. These are sentences underlined by Gnani Purush, and given their numbers, you see.
Acá pueden ver que está marcado con el número 1, 2 y 3 y está subrayado. Esto está subrayado por nuestro Gnani Purush.
You see, he calls them the evidences, or he calls them the evidences of flawlessness. You see, he calls them the evidences of flawlessness.
Y esto lo llama las evidencias de ser libre de faltas.
Now, there is no one born in this world that has the energy to hurt you. And if there is such a person, then even if you look for hundreds of thousands of ways to avoid him, you will not succeed in avoiding him. So, which way should you turn? Should you be preoccupied in looking for the ways to avoid him? No, you will not get anywhere. So give up all the running around and go towards the self, S capital self, Ama.
Nadie nace en este mundo con la energía para herirte. Y si existe tal persona aún, si buscas cientos de miles de maneras de evitarla, no tendrás éxito. Entonces, ¿qué camino tomarás? ¿No deberías preocuparte y buscar aquellos caminos? No, no llegarás a ninguna parte. Entonces deja de correr por ahí y ve hacia el ser con mayúsculas.
This is analogous. This is the vision of the awakened one. The awakened one are you and I, and the fully awakened one is our Gnani Purush Dadashri, you see. And he is seeing and speaking. He is seeing and speaking this, you see.
Esta es una analogía, ¿no? Y es la visión del consciente, del despierto y del totalmente iluminada visión de Dada. Y él ve y habla esto, dice esto. Estas son sus palabras.
This is part of his vision of the separation from the non-self complex that is not only his own non-self complex called Patel, but also therefore the ability to see the entire non-self complexes of this world, you see, and this universe, you see.
Esta es parte de la visión de las palabras de Dada, ¿no? Esto es parte de la visión, de la separación y poder ver el no ser, no solamente de Aem Patel, sino del universo entero.
This is the vision of the world of Pudgals, and we have gone through a whole Parayan on this word Pudgal, the non-self complex that arises and dissipates, fills and empties. You say fills and empties.
Esta es la visión del Pudgal, del no ser, y es la visión, y este Pudgal se llena y se vacía.
And this is the error. The error is to enter into the ownership of any Pudgal, to become the owner of this, that is this body that is on its own autopilot account. It's autopilot. The entire the body, you can call it the river of mind speech, and the body is flowing and it is its own account. It's his own account, and you and I are the pure blissful knowers of it now. You see, the knower of this river. We are not the river. You see.
Esto es el error de entrar, el error es entrar en el Pudgal, en el no ser, que es el cuerpo y va en piloto automático. Y esto va por su propia cuenta. Nosotros somos los seres puros, el ser puro.
Yeah, and yet you see, he comes into the relative because he says we all still have this relative body. You have the relative body called Gonzalo. I have the relative body called Shuddha. Patricia has the relative body complex called Patricia. You see, and there is in this relative body the owner, the one who still in discharge, in process believes I am Shuddha, and the discharging belief, the owner of this body, you see.
Esta es la parte también relativa, ¿no? Que está el relativo de Gonzalo, de Shuddha o Patricia, y de alguna manera somos los dueños de estos relativos que están en descarga, en la creencia de quiénes somos. Eso es una descarga también.
Yeah, this is a very powerful sentence. No one has arisen in this world. No one has arisen in this world who has the energy.
No sé si soy yo que se congeló.
To hurt me, you can say, to hurt me, or the hurt this one who still was moving, this one who is still has this residual ownership of this body, you see.
Acá es como que no hay nadie en este mundo que pueda herirte, porque en realidad lo que podría herir es al cuerpo. Y en esto de creer que somos el cuerpo y no lo somos.
Yeah, in other words, this one called Gonzalo, you see, And it's a very powerful vision and in exactness, he says, and if there is someone who has been born, and that is called, then no matter how hard you try to kind of avoid him, you see, no matter, even if you go to the other part of this world, wherever, the account of that will arise and you cannot escape it. So this first two sentences, this one that is underlined, has got a very powerful effect of making you completely free from any anxieties about getting hurt by anyone or any other energy in this world. You see, will I get hurt? What will happen to me? What will happen to me in future? You see, all of this is gone out of the window.
Esto es una poderosa y exacta visión, ¿no? de una persona que nació, por ejemplo, Gonzalo, y en tratar de evitar a Gonzalo. Puedo ir a cualquier otro lado muy lejos, pero la cuenta va a aparecer, el archivo va a aparecer en cualquier lado. Estas primeras oraciones son muy poderosas para la liberación de la creencia de que alguien puede lastimarme. Y esto es, me libera de que alguien pueda lastimarme, en la creencia de que yo soy este cuerpo. Y esto me libera para el futuro. Liberarme de esta creencia abre las puertas para mi futuro, para el futuro.
In this is the vision of Vyavasthit. This, what we have in front of us, is the vision, the exactness of the vision of scientific circumstantial evidence. You see, in totality, this this one, the life from here onwards, the life of Gonzalo is going to be taken care of by Vyavasthit. It is exact. And my role is with the 5 agnas. My role is to be in this vision of what is happening, what happens, what is happening, what happens, and what he is doing, what is happening to him. You see?
Esta es la visión exacta de Yavastit, de las evidencias circunstanciales científicas. Es una visión exacta y total, ¿no? Ahora Gonzalo puede ver su vida está a cargo de las evidencias, que el rol está en ver qué es lo que ve, qué es lo que sucede, qué es lo que le está sucediendo, observar eso.
Yes. So this stop running around means unnecessary energies of the self going in the direction of creating a safe side for Gonzalo, to make the world of Gonzalo safe. It is already safe if you really look at it from this vision, you see.
Si puedes ver que la única manera de estar a salvo es volver al ser, no se trata de evitar.
Yeah, it is already self. You see, the moment we entered this world, the moment we came into this world, in this relative world, you see, everything has been organized. You see, this is the movie of Gonzalo, the movie of Tela or Laura has been already been made, you see. It's already been programmed, and from morning till evening, whatever she will think, do, and whatever she will think and do and say is already happening. It's going to happen, you see.
Desde el exacto momento del nacimiento, todo lo que sucede en la vida de Gonzalo o de cualquier cualquiera de todos nosotros, está de alguna manera escrito o programado. Todo lo que va a suceder en cualquiera de nosotros.
Yes, so we don't need to enter into these solutions. So yes, the simple things that, and whatever, does it mean you just kind of say, okay, I don't need to do anything? It's not a question of doing anything. It's this is the little paragraph that's going to make you absolutely fearless in this world, you see. Nirbhaya, absolutely fearless, you see.
Nirpaya es, bueno, esta oración es como muy poderosa, ¿no? Y no se trata de ver esto, se trata de una palabra nirpaya, que es ser absolutamente libre de miedo en este mundo.
It makes you absolutely fearless. Fearless. And you see this, this is so powerful. A vision of Dada. And this vision has arisen within all of us, you see. This vision, this is no longer an understanding. It is much more than an understanding. This is the exactness of the experience of the one who has become the Amapura. You see, he will become the Amapura. This is who I am. And not, and sorry, go on.
Esta palabra, ¿no? De no tener miedo, de perder el miedo, sin miedo, es una poderosa visión que Dada nos dio. Y es más que un entendimiento, es la experiencia de aquel que es alma pura, que tiene la experiencia y de quién soy verdaderamente.
And it also gets you into the exact awareness that this freedom from fear is associated with the exactness of seeing who is this Shuddha, or who is this Gabriela or Gonzalo? What is this Gabriela or Gonzalo complex? What is this? You see, you can now begin to see this.
También es el exacto conocimiento de ser libres del miedo, es poder ver quién es Gonzalo, quién es Gabriela, qué es lo que está sucediendo.
Is this clear for everyone? Everybody understands this beautiful short paragraph of Dada?
Todos entienden este párrafo de Dada tan hermoso, lo entienden con claridad.
Mamen, yes, you understand, Mamen? Yeah. No more fears about what is going to happen to me, right? Never, right? Same thing from Laura and Yaya, and Graciela. This is beautiful. This is amazing. This entire world of the billions and billions of human beings are involved in this fear, and anxiety and tension and stress.
Pregunta, ¿no? A Mamen, a Laura, a Yaya, si tienen miedo y dicen que no, que están absolutamente libres. Y sin embargo hay miles de millones de personas que viven bajo el miedo, el estrés y las ansiedades.
Yeah.
I don't understanding, Shuddha.
¿Qué es lo que no entendés, corazón?
Yeah, Gaby.
¿Por qué tengo que poner mi atención en Gaby?
She wants to know why she has to put her attention in Gaby.
You are not putting the attention in Gaby at all. The one who believes I am Gaby will automatically pay the attention where it is necessary. You know, when you are in the subways of Buenos Aires, you know, and the fast train is coming and you're standing in the platform, you know, the train is coming, you're automatically, your attention will be there to move away from, step away from the train is coming, stand a little bit behind before the doors open, you see.
No es que tenés que estar con tu atención puesta en Gabriela, pero de repente si estás en Buenos Aires y estás esperando el tren, cuando viene el tren, inmediatamente Gabriela va a dar un paso atrás para no estar al borde del andén.
Yeah, you see, or when you're cooking something and you think the pot is cold, you see, but you accidentally touch it and you immediately the hand will go away from it, you see, and then your attention, the attention that is necessary will be there, that this is hot water and or this pot is hot, so stay away from it, you see, or handle it with something, with gloves, you see.
De la misma forma, por ejemplo, si estás cocinando y acercas la mano hacia algo que está caliente y te quemas, inmediatamente vas a estar retirando la mano y lo que vas a hacer va a ser cuidarte, te vas a poner unos guantes o vas a usar algún protector para tomar la cacerola, la olla que esté caliente.
Pero es automático.
Claro.
Todo lo que hace Gabriela funciona en piloto automático.
And then she's asking if everything that Gabriela does is working in automatic pilot.
It is an automatic pilot. Sometimes you're warned, you're warned, but for instance, you're going outside and as inside the house, it's nice and warm, and you're going outside and, it's cold, but you say, oh, nothing is going to happen to me. I'm fine, you say. And but inside there is a voice, it says, better go inside and get a jacket, you say. But you don't. And so then inside, you walk, then you catch a cold, or, the cold weather hits you, you see. And then you're too far away, and then you say, oh, I wish I had taken the jacket, or I wish I had taken the jacket, you see.
De alguna manera, en tu casa estás calentita, abrigada por el calor de la casa y salís afuera y hace frío. Entonces vos decís, bueno, no me va a pasar nada, soy fuerte, soy sana, no me va a pasar nada, y te pescas un resfriado o una gripe. Entonces en determinado momento vas a pensar, debería de haber entrado y agarrar una chaqueta o una campera.
Yeah, so then you're too far away from the home, you cannot take the jacket. So you see, what happens is you become aware that this was how it was. You consider yourself to be careful, you are tried to be careful. You see, you wanted to protect the body in the proper way, but sometimes, this is exactly what Dada is saying, that, this is the evidence that has arisen for you to get cold, you see, and no matter how much you try, you are going to become cold.
Y cuando estás lejos de tu casa te das cuenta que realmente deberías de haber agarrado un abrigo, pero bueno, ya no es posible y te engripaste. Estas exactamente son las palabras de Dada, ¿no? De cuidar el cuerpo, y que también son las evidencias, ¿no? Que tenías que resfriarte o engriparte.
Yeah, autopilot. In this autopilot, it's also the evidences of how much pleasure and how much pain is going to come to Gabriela, not to me, you see, not to me. This pain and pleasure are accounts of Gabriela, you see.
Este autopiloto son las cuentas de Gabriela y es cuánto placer o dolor va a venir a Gabriela.
You see, some people are extremely exact, they are very precise and organized. They make lists, they do this, they do that. All their energies are occupied in making all these lists for everything, and that file, her husband or somebody else doesn't care at all. You see, no attention, and 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 yet both of their work gets done somehow. They just both take the flight, both go wherever they are, both live together. You see.
Dice, por ejemplo, hay personas que ponen toda su atención en organizar y en hacer listas porque va a viajar, ¿no? Entonces hace listas sobre lo que tiene que hacer, llevar y todo eso. Y por ahí su marido no hace absolutamente nada. Y de alguna manera estas dos formas de ser tan diferentes logran viajar y sucede lo que tiene que hacer.
You see, a mother that brings up a child, a little boy, the mother takes care of the boy until the boy becomes a certain age. You see, but after the boy goes to school, say the boy starts going to school, does the mother really have to worry about what is happening to the boy in the school? In the class, it's a little boy only, but he's, until she sees him again, there is another, the boys Vyavasthit is taking care of the boy, you see. This belief that, what would happen to the mother who just continues to worry? Is the teacher teaching him the right things? Is the teacher making sure that he is doing this in the school, etc.? See, these things are already programmed. This is this extra unnecessary energy that goes into not only taking care of myself, but also somebody else. And this is called the illusion, you see. This is called lack of awareness, you see.
Por ejemplo, una madre cuando su hijo es pequeño, por supuesto que va a estar cuidándolo, pero cuando llega a determinada edad, por ejemplo, comienza a ir al colegio, cuando el niño está en el colegio, la madre no se está preocupando porque el niño está en el colegio, pero hay madres que sí están preocupadas, bueno, ¿qué estará haciendo? ¿Qué estará pasando? Y no lo hacen solamente con el hijo, ¿no? Como también se preocupan por cosas en esto de cuidar a otras personas, pero todo está absolutamente programado. Y esta preocupación innecesaria de querer cuidar a todo es falta de luz, es ignorancia.
Pero es la actividad de Gaby, no es la mía.
Perdón, la actividad de Gaby, dijiste. It's Gaby's activity, no, not herself.
So I don't understand the question. What did she? What is?
She said she did not. She says it's not. It's Gaby's activities, not the self activities, not the activities
this is of the non-self complex. This.
Yes.
This
¿Mi atención no debiese estar puesta en los 5 agnes?
She asked
tiene que
if
estar.
her attention have to be in the 5 agnas.
Well, you see, the attention has to be in this, right? Of who am I? This is 5 agnas. Who am I, and what is happening? 5 agnas is, years and years and years and years will go by, and a Mahatma will continue to rise in the beauty of the understanding of 5 agnas. Yes, you're right, it's 5 agnas only, right? You see? And ours it's not simply Soyamapura. This is much. Soyamapura is the beginning of the 5 agnas, you see? Soyamapura is the exact foundation, the step, the new foundation of liberation, you see. You know.
La atención, por supuesto, Gaby, es estar en las 5 agnas, es saber quién soy y saber qué es lo que está sucediendo. Y este conocimiento, este entendimiento y esta experiencia lleva años y años a todos los Mahatmas. Pero el exacto fundamento es para la liberación, soy alma pura. Eso es el exacto fundamento para la liberación.
And that is the eternal element by which within this combination of the 6 eternal elements that are interacting, that is called that the world sees as Gabriela, but inside you are now getting established in the 6th element, Soyamapura. This is who I am. I am only the knower and the seer of everything that is in front of me. This Gabriela, you see. I am.
Esto, el alma pura, ¿no? Es el eterno elemento. Es uno de los 6 eternos elementos que interactúan entre sí. Y ahora te estableces en alma pura y ser el conocedor y el observador de lo que está sucediendo frente a ti.
Yeah, you see, all of you, my friends, in the last 48 to 72 hours, in last Wednesday, you saw, you and I just saw in live television what was happening to the most powerful country in this world, in the capital of United States. You saw this, right? Did you not see it?
I don't look television.
Right.
Acá Shuddha dice que todos deben de haber visto qué es lo que pasó en las últimas 48 y 72 horas en la capital del país más poderoso del mundo.
Yeah, and you see this was an amazing experience of scientific circumstantial evidence for Mahatmas, you see.
Esta es una experiencia alucinante, ¿no? Ver cómo estas evidencias científicas circunstanciales están sucediendo.
There is, this, if it was not meant to be the account of any one of these members of both chambers of the Congress, the Senate and the House members, none of them to get injured in any serious way. Yes, they were emotionally and psychologically traumatized, you see, but there was no, the exact, by the time it was all over, the exact accounts of everyone was right there in front of us, you see.
Todo lo que sucedió en los miembros del Congreso y de la Casa fue como un movimiento que absolutamente nadie se esperaba, pero lo que sí aparecen son las cuentas exactas a cada uno de sus miembros.
Yeah, you see, the accounts, you see, this thing is and the human beings who lost their lives, and 5 of them did, you see. This was the account, you see. This was the account, and still still it's not over. In other words, the accounts continue, the effects continue, and you begin to see that these effects are for those who are meant to be part of the effect, you see. Be meant to be part of the effect.
Podemos ver que, a ver, sucedieron 5, en todo este movimiento, todo esto lo que pasó, 5 personas perdieron la vida, murieron, y fue esta la cuenta que tenían, el efecto. Y todavía esto no terminó, los efectos continúan, y vemos que los efectos son exactamente para las personas que están destinadas a pasarlo.
And these are, this is happening to the most powerful of human beings in this world, you see. This is, you're talking about power, and, so this, or what is the value of this power when you know that your life is on, it comes so close to where you could have lost this life, you see.
Esto está pasando a hombres muy poderosos en el mundo, pero el poder, ¿cuál es el valor de este poder cuando tu vida pende de un hilo y la puedes perder en cualquier momento?
I don't know whether, if some of you were seeing it live, but if you saw it live, some people would be shocked that if these human beings can rush and take over this entire Capitol building, you see, and there is no resistance on the other side, you see. In other words, what is going on, you see? But this is a study in scientific circumstantial evidences. This paragraph tells you everything, you see. This paragraph tells you everything.
¿Cómo podemos, como estuvimos viendo en lo que sucedió en Estados Unidos, es cómo puede ser que una masa de personas entre al Capitolio y del otro lado no pongan resistencia? Y esto nos permite ver que estas son las evidencias circunstanciales científicas. Esto está en este párrafo de Dada dice absolutamente todo.
And not only that, they are saying that they have given 2 more dates, 15th and 17th. We are coming again. You see, now, you see, so you want to watch this, remember what we read today. See, be aware of what this read today, and these words of human beings, no matter how powerful that man may be, or these people may be, you see, that they are just evidences. You see, the final evidence is this little paragraph that we just read, with 2 sentences that have been, three sentences that have been underlined by 3 sentences of the Gnani Purush. See?
Esto todavía no terminó, va a estar todo este revuelto que está sucediendo, le van a dar todavía 2 días, va a estar sucediendo 2 días más, van a continuar. Entonces esto nos permite ver, ¿no?, que no importa cuán poderosos sean estas personas, lo que están sucediendo son los efectos, y son evidencias, y todas estas evidencias están en este último párrafo, marcadas en estas oraciones por nuestro Gnani.
Yeah, Gabriela has written a lot more in that. While you take a look at what she has written in the chat, I just take a look and see. but she wants to say something else. But you see, this is what applies to one Pudgal, what applies to one non-self complex applies to the entire, and the Pudgal is not only human being, you see, is subhuman beings, everything. Pudgal is not only just it, even a grain of rice that you eat is Pudgal, you see. It's, you know, you're eating something that's living, you see. That's got, it's grain of rice, it, you know, you put it in water, it swells up, its life is not over, it's got energy in it, you see. And until it becomes, you know, it sustains you too, you know, it goes inside you, it gives you energy, you see.
So, esto podemos ver que todo esto, lo que sucede en el Pudgal, y el Pudgal no son solo los seres humanos, también un grano de arroz es Pudgal, porque lo pones en agua y absorbe el agua, y esto también es Pudgal, y esto entra en nuestro cuerpo y nos alimenta, así que tiene vida.
So, you know, this, we can continue, you know, this thing here, he says, there is this, let's see, if we go back to the sharing of the screen of this amazing sentence, you see, this here, my friends, if you read in your own words here, you see, read this,
Yes.
Patricia, read this read this again.
The last sentence.
Yeah, this here from Nadie.
The paragraph. Okay. Vamos a volver a leer este párrafo. Nadie nace en este mundo con la energía de herirte. Y si existe tal persona, aun si buscas cientos de miles de maneras de evitarla, no tendrás éxito. Entonces, ¿qué camino tomarás? ¿No deberías preocuparte y buscar aquellos caminos? No, no llegarás a ninguna parte. Entonces, deja de correr por ahí y ve hacia el ser.
Yeah, you see, so where caution needs to be taken, you know, where, you know, when there is a big revolution going on, say, whether it is in the streets of Buenos Aires or whether it is in the streets of Washington, you see, where, you know, caution, where you know, automatically this non-self complex that we define as Shuddha or as Gonzalo, whatever is necessary will be taken, that caution will be taken by that person, you see. And the account, if it is the account, you'll end up in those. If it's not your account, you don't get involved, you know, nothing can touch you.
Cualquier cosa que suceda, ¿no? Cualquier gran revolución, un gran movimiento que pueda suceder en Buenos Aires o en Washington, los cuerpos, el complejo del cuerpo, si está destinado a, si tiene la cuenta de que algo le va a suceder, le sucederá. Y si no está no tiene esa cuenta, ese efecto no va a existir.
Yeah. All right. So does everybody understand this part?
¿En todos entendieron esta parte?
Yeah. What Dada has shared with us is very, very magnificent. You see, it is very, very magnificent, very profound. You understand, Gabriela? Gabi, you have written all of these things here. I don't see you've written in Spanish. You see.
Acá estas palabras de Dada que nos ha dado son absolutamente importantes y magníficas para el entendimiento. Let's see if I find the question.
Gonzalo, you understand, Gonzalo?
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand. Yo, Gonzalo. Entiendo su duda, gracias.
Yes, sure. Okay. All right, Patricia, you.
Yes, I will translate Gabriela's question. Is why I talk.
No, pero mejor avance en otras cosas, ya me quedó muy claro
Okay,
She's pretty
okay.
clear. She's pretty clear.
Now
Yeah, it's just clear. Very clear.
clear,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Let's
Okay.
continue.
All right. So
Gracias,
well,
Gabriela.
well. All right. So no. So that is it. You know, we if nobody else wants to say anything, then it's time that I take your leave, because pretty soon, after half an hour, we will be joining the Gnani today. You know, so all right. So
¿Alguien tiene lo que decir? Porque ahora ya vamos a estar entrando prontito en el satsang del Gnani.
yeah. So my highest namaskars and
Gracias, Shuddha.
to all of you. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Highest namaskar.
Un
Shuddha.
abrazo, Shuddha.
Abrazo, Shuddha.
Yes. Yeah.
Un
All
abrazo
right.
para todos.
All right,
Chao, chao.
Sylvia and everyone. Yeah. Jai Satchidanand. Shuddha
Jai
Bhagavan.
Satchidanand.
Cristian and Patricia. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Jai
Thank you.
Jai Satchidanand.
Thank you.
Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Jai
Jai
Satchidanand.
Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai
Yes.
Satchidanand.